Hey, what is up, guys? It is Chris here from the WWFuInternetWork. Today I'm going to be doing another WWFu review. Today I'm going to be reviewing two Ring of Honor shows. I'm going to be reviewing ROH's Unity and ROH's Rising Above. Both two pretty good shows that took place the weekend of, I think, April 28th and April 29th. And Unity stood out in my mind as the better show of the two. I think Unity was overall a great show, so let's get to it. In the opening contest, we had the All Night Express taking on Roderick Strong and Michael Elgin. This was just a solid opener, just a fun match. I really enjoyed it. I loved ANX. Unfortunately they're not a tag team anymore. But Roderick Strong and Michael Elgin are two very good wrestlers, and just putting them together, as a House of Truth tag team, you can't go wrong. 3 stars, a great opener. Next we had Mike Sydal taking on Mike Bennett. This was probably the worst match of the night. I give it a star and 3/4 because, a Mike Bennett mark. But this is basically just a squash. Make Mike Bennett look good. And fun fact, Mike Sydal is actually Evan Bourne's brother, and Maria would cut a promo making fun of him. So it was alright. Just a squash match, if anything. Next we had the Young Bucks taking on the returning Bravado brothers. I was really excited to see the Bravado brothers. I jumped on the Bravado bandwagon when I saw them at Chikara, and I'm big fans of them. And in this match, they were actually faces. I guess two heel tag teams. One of them has to emerge as the face, and the Bravado brothers successfully did that, and the crowd was completely behind him. They were actually doing for Harlem Bravado F 'em up Justin Bieber F 'em up chant, which I found absolutely hysterical because Harlem Bravado has kind of like the Justin Bieber-esque haircut. But overall, this was a fun tag team match. These two tag teams are absolutely awesome. 3.5 stars. I really recommend seeing this match. Fun stuff. Next, we had a no disqualification match between the team of Kevin Steen and Jimmy Jacobs taking on El Generico and the returning BJ Whitmer. I just have to compliment BJ Whitmer. He looks better than ever. He looks in pristine condition, and honestly, he looks great. Looks absolutely awesome, and it was good seeing him. And this was a fun match. This was initially not supposed to be a no DQ match, but then they were taking it outside of the ring, and eventually Todd Sinclair gets the phone call that's a no DQ. They kicked the shit out of each other, and this was it was fun, but it's nothing we've really never seen before, especially with Kevin Steen and El Generico, but still fun, with the addition of Jimmy Jacobs and BJ Whitmer. I gave it 3.25, fun stuff. Next we had the team of Jay Lethal, Adam Cole, and TJ Perkins taking on Shikara's The Colony. This was awesome. I love The Colony. I'm a huge Colony mark. And this was basically, the point of Unity. And I don't want to go, sidetrack off of here, but Unity, I think, should have just been all ROH taking on Shikara. Unfortunately, it wasn't. There was some Ring of Honor matches thrown in, but I really felt they should have done all Ring of Honor versus Shikara. I think it would have made for a better show all around, even though the show was really good. I just feel, overall, it would have been a really sick show if it was just all Ring of Honor Shikara. But it wasn't. But this was one of the matches that was, and I really, really liked it. Jay Lethal, Adam Cole, and TJP have all proved they are awesome Ring of Honor. The Colony, you have to watch Shikara to really know about them, but they are all awesome. These 3 teams did mesh well. TJP's awesome. I really, when you get the chance to see TJ Perkins, you don't pass it up. And, Adam Cole's been on a roll. And, the Colony's awesome. And this was 3.5 stars. This was a fun Unity match between both promotions. And overall, great match. Next, we had Wrestling's Greatest Tag Teams taking on Team Hybrid, a.k.a. Davey Richards and Kyle O'Reilly. This was really good for a Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team match. Kyle O'Reilly, he's impressing me. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't a Kyle O'Reilly fan. I haven't seen tons of Kyle O'Reilly. But from what I've seen, he's impressed me. Not as much as Adam Cole, but I will give him that he has impressed me, to say the least. And of course, you have Davey in here. Davey's the ultimate worker. And this overall was just a good match. 3.5 stars. Then we had the main event, basically the point of Unity, the ROH World Tag Team match between the Briscoe brothers and Jigsaw and Hallowicked. This was great. Jigsaw's awesome, and then, the Briscoes, they can have a good match with anyone. Their match at Best in the World was a really, really rare exception of them having a bad match. And then you have Hallowicked, who's also a seasoned vet. And this match was it was a good blow-off for Unity. It ended the whole Unity thing really well. You had, the Ring of Honor locker room pour out. You had the Shikara locker room pour out to support both teams. It just ended really well. And overall, I felt they did this show to its fullest, and I gave it an 8.0, a really solid ROH show, if anything. Then we had ROH's Rising Above the next night, and I gotta say, it wasn't as good. There were some things I didn't like about this show. A lot of this was kind of the B show of the weekend, if you will, but still a very decent show. With the opening, well, just a quick thing before I start this review. I watched the show at no volume because the way I got it came with no volume, so it was kind of hard. We had the All Night Express taking on Chris, Silvio, and Muhammad Ali Vaez. This is okay. I mean, the All Night Express. This just made the All Night Express look really good. Nothing really impressive. Like, this whole show was nothing really impressive, except for the main event and one other match. This is okay. This is just a random tag team taking on the All Night Express to kind of make the All Night Express look good. Because, this was starting the initial push towards the tag team titles. They were starting to, get hungry for that. And this is okay. 2.5 stars. Nothing special. Next, we had Michael Elgin taking on Sampson Walker. I said Walker. This is pretty good. Sampson was definitely a good match for Michael Elgin size-wise, and it's always interesting to see that. And Michael Elgin's a machine. Elbows, kicks, you name it, he can do it. I'm a big Michael Elgin fan. I think he's a great wrestler. I gave this 2 3/4. This wasn't the best wrestling match out there, but still good. A good showing. Sampson had a great showing here, and it just made Michael Elgin look great as well. Then we had Kevin Steen taking on BJ Whitmer. This was okay. They brawled outside of the ring a lot, but, that's expected with a Kevin Steen match. And, this was also the push, towards Border Wars. Kevin Steen was going to get the title shot. So basically it was just to make Kevin Steen look really good, and that's what it did. BJ Whitmer, like I said, came back, and he looks like he's in awesome condition. He looks really healthy, and it's good to see him in that kind of condition. I gave this 2 3/4, nothing special. Next, we had a match that surprisingly blew me away with El Generico taking on Kyle O'Reilly. Now, like I said, Kyle O'Reilly's been surprising me, but Kyle O'Reilly is a very technical style wrestler. El Generico is kind of spotty, but he's a fantastic wrestler at the same time. Going in on paper, I really didn't know how these two would mesh. They meshed perfectly. This was awesome. It basically, Generico made O'Reilly look really good. O'Reilly made Generico look really good. Generico was, doing some chain wrestling with O'Reilly. O'Reilly was taking on some spots from Generico. This just worked out perfectly, and I was a big fan of this match. 3.5 stars. Absolute awesomeness. And then, Kevin Steen came out with Jimmy Jacobs to kind of just interfere. That's how the match ended, by interference. And BJ Whitmer ran out, and then, the ROH locker room ran out, Davey ran out, All Night Express ran out. It was really cool. It's like something you don't really see every day with Ring of Honor, so that was kind of refreshing. Then we had TJ Perkins taking on Mike Mondo, an associate of the WWFuInternetWork. This made Mike Mondo look like $1 million. What else is new? This is probably the start of the Mondo mania, the No Fear Mike Mondo age. This is pretty good. I mean, nothing special. 2.5 stars. This was probably the initial start of the drive of Mike Mondo. So, next we had a 2 out of 3 falls match between Roderick Strong and Jay Lethal. This is pretty good. I mean, this is almost a rematch. Roderick took the TV title off of Jay Lethal, and I enjoyed this match for what it was. I mean, the first fall, I liked how they did the first fall, where it basically came out of nowhere right at the beginning of the match. And overall, just a good match. Jay Lethal's a fantastic wrestler, and so is Roderick. And I just enjoyed this match. 3 1/4, a fun 2 out of 3 falls match. Personally, I liked it a lot. Next, we had an ROH Tag Team Championship match between the Briscoe brothers and Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team. This is proving that Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team sometimes can't really have good matches, and this was an example. I gave this 2 1/4. This was nothing special. I mean, kind of predictable, if anything, and kind of random, too. The All Night Express were standing outside for the match, and I kind of have to say something about the finish, because the finish was kind of weird. I mean, the Briscoes, of course, retained, but All Night Express started beating the crap out of Charlie Haas, and no one got, disqualified. They kicked the crap out of Charlie Haas outside of the ring, and there was no interference or anything. I guess the ref, quote-unquote, didn't see it. It's kind of random, if anything. But, can't really complain. 2 1/4, nothing special. Then we had the awesome main event. This match stole the show for me. Davey Richards, Adam Cole, I gave this 4 stars. I love this match. Adam Cole looked awesome here. Davey looked awesome here. This just, they did a stomp through a table. I always mark out hard for that spot. Just choppy wrestling, kicking the shit out of each other, going ape on each other. This was awesome. This made Adam Cole look like a star. Even though he lost, it still made him look awesome and made Davey look awesome. Overall, awesome main event. Definitely beat the Unity's main event, but both main events are awesome. So overall, a very successful weekend for Ring of Honor. I enjoyed both shows thoroughly. And stay tuned with the WWFu Internet Network. We're going to definitely have some more material coming out towards you guys. I do apologize for a little bit of a delay in this review. I kind of was busy with some stuff, but I finally got it out to you guys. So thank you guys for listening, and peace.